Today we are going to learn about types of statistics. So broadly, statistics is categorized as two parts. One is the descriptive statistics and another is the inferential statistics. So in our mind, there is a lot of the questions is arising now. What is descriptive statistics and what is inferential statistics? Let's begin here. So first one is a descriptive analysis. So talking about the definitions, descriptive analysis is consist of the methods that usually help in organizing, displaying, okay, and describing of various data, by using of tables, graph, summary measure, we call that means, medians, etc. Okay, then this is all about the definitions. So let's understand the descriptive statistics with the help of example, with the help of simple example. Suppose we have information, okay, suppose we have information about test scores, about test scores of students in a certain class. Okay, now if the whole if the whole sets of number represent the score cards of students, then we call it data set. So basically, data sets is the whole sets of numbers that represents the scores of students. Okay, another things that will come here is the element. So element is nothing but the name of a student. Okay, similarly, and if the scores of individual student is represented, then we call it as an observations, then it is observation. So basically, to understand this, observations is the scores of individual or each student, element is the name of students, and the data sets are the whole data or the whole raw data of the test scores of all the students in our class. Then we have a data set here. Okay, we have a data set now here. Okay, but the thing is that a data sets in its original form, it's very difficult to draw the conclusions from it. Okay, it's very difficult to draw conclusions or making decisions. Making decisions is difficult with the help of the data sets. So basically, to make it easier, okay, now what we have do here, we draw a summary table, okay, or we can say a graph or mean value or maybe a standard deviations and so on. And with the help of this one, we drew beautiful conclusions related to the data set. And this type of study is aggregated in a place, we call it descriptive statistics. So second type one is inferential. As we talked previously, second type is inferential. So in inferential data is a method, okay, it's also a kinds of method like a descriptives, but the things that we use sample instead of populations. Okay, instead of populations, we use the sample in order to predict or make decisions about the various populations. Okay, and by the help of this sample, we draw the conclusion or forecast or predict about the populations is termed as the inferential statistics. Okay, very simple. Now let's understand it with the example. Before the beginning, we will discuss about the populations first. So what is population then? Okay, so in statistics, okay, suppose this is the area, okay, and the collections of all the elements, as we previously said, the elements is the number of students in a class. So suppose this is a class 9, or can say that class 12, and these are the elements. In elements is the name of a student, which means that's each students here. Okay, and these students in a class, we consider this as a populations. Okay, this as a populations. Okay, but out of these populations, but out of these populations, if we take some number of students, okay, out of these populations, we just take the sum number of, out of these populations, just we take the sum number of students, and this is regarded as sample now. Okay, this is regarded as a sample now. Okay. Now the things is that here, a major portions of statistics deal with the making decisions, inference, predictions, forecast about the populations. Okay, forecast about the populations. Forecast about populations. Okay, based on the result that we obtain from the sample. Okay, now this sample, and from this sample we got some results, and this result we use the predictions or making decisions about the populations, and these types of statistics is called inferential statistics. Okay, and these types of statistics is called inferential statistics. Simples. For example, where we do now a very good example about this, we can say that suppose a student involved in a certain political party. Okay, certain political party in an university. But talking about the students, in a student there are a lot of party. Okay, there are a lots of parties, maybe the 2 or 3 or 4, and we take interview or data. We take the data, we call it the sample data, from the 100 from each university. Okay, 100 from each university, and after that we draw conclusions about that political party, and this is regarded as inferential statistics. So in today's class we learn about type of statistics, that is descriptives and inferential statistics. Talking about the short, descriptive statistics is a method that used to draw the conclusions from the data set by organizing it into the summary table, or by the help of graph from the data, by the help of pie chart from the data, which is called descriptive. And talking about the inferential, from the large number of populations we take some sample, and from that sample's result we make conclusions or decisions about the population, and that we call it inferential statistics.